Hello, everybody. Welcome to your November 2024 forecast. I've got some notes ready. We are going to go through the month of November here. So go ahead and pull up your birth chart for me. Normally, I would do a sun, moon, and rising format, but I'd rather get really specific here since this is going to affect you in a long-term cycle. So go ahead and pull that up for me. And we're going to look at your new moon starting off the month. So if you have the new moon in Scorpio, falling in your first house, aka if you are a Scorpio rising, then this is going to be a transformation in your identity. You're going to focus on self transformation this month and setting personal goals. In the second house, we're going to have financial beginnings, shifts in self worth, a new income stream potentially. If you have it in your third house, it's going to be new communication projects, learning, or relationships with your siblings or neighbors are going to be changing at this time. Then we have the fourth house, your home related beginnings. You're going to have family dynamic shifts here or a potential move for some of you. So then we have the fifth house. This is going to be a romantic or creative fresh start, new hobbies or activities related to children. Then we have the sixth house here, new health routines, new work habits, or changes in your daily life in service to others. Then we have the seventh house, a new phase in your partnerships, marriage, or professional collaborations. And the eighth house is going to be transformation around your shared resources, intimacy, or resolving debts. Ninth house is going to be a fresh spiritual or educational pursuits for you guys, long distance travel or legal matters. 10th house, we're talking career advancements, new professional paths, or public recognition at this time. 11th house, we have new connections in your social circles, group activities, or humanitarian projects. Then your 12th house, it's going to be personal healing, spiritual growth, and retreat from the public eye, or ending some cycles here. Then we're going to go into Mercury entering Sagittarius on the 2nd of the month, just one day later. And this represents some mental expansion. So again, look at your birth chart. Where is Mercury falling in Sagittarius for you? And if you have it in your first house, you're going to focus on self-expression, expanding your personal philosophies, and perhaps becoming more vocal. In your second house, you're going to have conversations around money, reevaluating your values, or exploring financial growth. In the third house, it's going to be a boost in learning, communication, travel, or connecting with your siblings. In the fourth house, this could be discussions or decisions around home, family, or property matters. In the fifth house, you're going to have increased creativity, romantic interactions, or talking with children. In the sixth house, it's going to be you focusing on work communication, health routines, or organizing your daily life. Seventh house is going to be philosophical conversations with partners. Potential legal matters are going to be addressed during this time. Eighth house is going to be mental focus on shared resources, deep emotional conversations, or debts. Your ninth house is going to be travel planning, higher education, or expanding your beliefs and worldview. 10th house is going to be focusing on your professional goals, public speaking, or networking during this time. 11th house is going to be conversations with friends or groups about larger goals or humanitarian causes. And then your 12th house is going to be a time for self-reflection, spiritual communication, or inner mental work. Then on the 4th of the month, Mars is going to enter Leo. This is going to give us a lot of action and drive. So again, first house, it is going to be a boost in your personal confidence and drive, having more bold attitude and increased assertiveness. In your second house, this is going to be action towards building wealth or material resources or financial focus. In your third house, you're going to have energetic communication, potential debates, or short distance travel. Fourth house, you're going to have a need to act in home or family matters, renovations, or moving house. In your fifth house, you're going to have a surge in romantic pursuits, creativity, and assertiveness and self-expression. Sixth house, high energy for health and fitness and a proactive approach towards your work routine. In your seventh house, it's going to be increased activity or conflict in relationships. Assertiveness with partnerships are definitely going to be heightened at this time. Eighth house, you're going to have transformation through your shared resources, your intimacy, or your financial matters. In your ninth house, you're going to have adventure seeking, travel, or pursuing philosophical or spiritual goals. In the 10th house, you're going to have career ambitions, taking on new leadership roles, and taking bold steps in your public life. In the 11th house, you're going to have energized socializing, teamwork, and networking for larger goals. In your 12th house, you're going to have personal retreats, inner work, or facing hidden fears with courage. Then on the 11th of the month, Venus enters Scorpio. So this can be stability in love and money. So going through your first house, a grounded, more serious approach to relationships and presenting oneself with elegance. In the second house, we're going to have focusing on stabilizing your finances, seeking security and long-term investments. In the third house, we're going to have harmonious communication, cautious in decision making or business deals at this time. Fourth house, focus on beautifying your home, deepening your family bonds, or financial investments in property. In your fifth house, serious romantic relationships, pursuing creative projects with discipline. Sixth house, improving work conditions or health through practical routines, enhancing your wellness. In your seventh house, you're going to have commitments and partnerships, potentially entering serious relationships or business alliances. In your eighth house, you're going to have serious discussions about shared resources, intimacy, or inheritance. In your ninth house, you're going to have long-term travel or study plans, and perhaps committing to expanding your spiritual beliefs. In your 10th house, you're going to have harmonizing your professional life, seeking stability, and structuring goals. In your 11th house, you're going to have your deepening of friendships and investing in long-term group projects. In the 12th house, you'll be reflecting on your relationships and spending quiet time in solitude to find peace. Then we have on the 15th of the month, Saturn going direct in Pisces. It's going to feel like a move forward for us. So in your first house, that is going to affect your personal growth through discipline, stronger boundaries, and taking responsibility for your actions. Then in the second house, we have steady progress in finances, building long-term security and self-worth. In the third house, we have structured communication, steady learning, or becoming more responsible for your siblings. In the fourth house, we have moving forward with home and family plans, laying down your roots. In the fifth house, this is going to bring structure to creativity, romance, or parenting responsibilities. In the sixth house, we have solidifying work routines, improving health through disciplined habits. In the seventh house, we have moving forward with long-term relationship plans and setting serious boundaries in those. In the eighth house is going to be progress and shared resources, resolving your debts, and deep emotional transformation. The ninth house, we have long-term planning for education, travel, or spiritual growth begins to solidify. In the 10th house, we have career advancements, recognition for hard work, and leadership roles becoming clearer for us at this time. 11th house, moving forward with your group projects, social causes, or long-term friendships. In your 12th house, we have your healing your old wounds, resolving past issues, and taking responsibility for your spiritual path. Then we have a full moon in Taurus on the 15th. This is about a culmination and releasing of energy. So in the first house, we have a personal milestone perhaps for you, recognition for your efforts, or letting go of your self-limiting beliefs. Then in the second house, we have financial realizations, material gains, or releasing attachment to possessions. In your third house, you could have communication breakthroughs or closing a chapter with your sibling or learning. Fourth house, we have a shift or resolution in home life or family relationships, perhaps a move or change. Fifth house, we have creative projects coming to fruition, romantic insights, or closure with a hobby or child-related matter. In your sixth house, we have a culmination of a health journey or finalization of a work-related task or routine. Seventh house, we have realizations in relationships, clarity about partnerships, or relationships reaching a turning point for us. In the eighth house, we have a breakthrough around shared finances, intimacy, or emotional baggage. In your ninth house, we have educational, legal, or travel-related matters coming to completion. 10th house, we have career recognition, completion of a professional project, or a change in your public image. In the 11th house, social goals come into fruition, and friendships solidify or conclude. In your 12th house, you have spiritual insights, letting go of old habits, or a period of introspection will end. Then on the 19th of the month, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius. It is leaving Pluto in Capricorn for the last time in our lifetimes. It's actually crazy. So what does this mean for us? It's in your first house. This is a total transformation of your self-identity and stepping into your personal power. Then in the second house, we have deep shifts in your financial priorities. Power struggles over money or values could happen. In your third house, intense communication, transformative learning, or power dynamics with your siblings. Fourth house, we have transformation in family, deep changes in home life, or uncovering family secrets. Your fifth house, we could have a creative breakthrough, intense romantic dynamics, or shifts in your parenting. In your sixth house, you could have profound changes in health or work, or a need for power over your routines. In the seventh house, you could have intense partnerships, transformative relationships, or even power struggles with your partners. In the 8th house, we could have deep emotional transformation, focusing on your shared resources and control over intimacy. The 9th house, you could have radical shifts in beliefs, spiritual transformation, or changes in your legal matters. The 10th house, we could have power struggles or transformation in career, public life, or leadership roles. 11th house, we have revolutionizing social networks, power dynamics in group projects or friendships. Your 12th house, we have deep internal transformation, uncovering hidden fears, or a spiritual awakening happening during this time. Then on the 21st of the month, the sun will enter Sagittarius. So if this is going through your first house, this is going to be a personal expansion for you, stepping into more of an optimistic and adventurous role during this time. In your second house, this could mean a focus on wealth, values, and expanding your financial opportunities. In the third house, you could have a boost in communication, learning, or short distance travel. Fourth house, focusing on your home, family, or expanding your living environment. In the fifth house, we have creative self-expression, romance, and enjoying life more. Sixth house, attention to work and health, improving your daily routines. Transiting through your seventh house is going to be focusing on partnerships and relationships, balancing independence with commitment. In your eighth house, we have exploration of intimacy, shared resources, or deep emotional connections. In your ninth house, we have a time for travel, spiritual expansion, and philosophical growth. Through your 10th house, we have career focus, public recognition, and professional expansion. Through your 11th house, expanding your social network, focus on group goals or humanitarian efforts. And through your 12th house, we have spiritual reflection, a time to rest for you, and connecting with your subconscious. Then Mercury is going to go retrograde in Sagittarius at the end of the month on the 26th. This is a time of reflection and review. Remember, Mercury retrograding is how it appears to be going backwards in the sky. So we are going to go backwards on those themes we've had while Mercury has been going in Sagittarius. So if it's going through your first house, you're going to rethink how you express yourself or revisit your personal goals. Second house, it's going to be reviewing finances, rethinking your spending habits or material values. Third house is going to be communication delays, revisiting learning or travel plans, or reconnecting with your siblings. In your fourth house, revisiting your home or family matters, possible delays in property or family decisions. In the fifth house, we're reflecting on romance or creativity, reconsidering hobbies or relationships with children. In your sixth house, you may have delays in work or health matters, reviewing your daily routines at this time. Seventh house, we have revisiting relationship dynamics and potential misunderstandings with partners. Through your eighth house, we are reconsidering shared resources, intimate matters, or financial agreements. And through your ninth house, delays in travel or education, revisiting your spiritual beliefs or legal issues. Through your 10th house, professional reevaluation, reviewing your public image or your career goals. Through the 11th house, reflecting on friendships, social goals, or group associations. Through your 12th house, we're revisiting the subconscious patterns, spiritual review, or time for retreat. Guys, that is the whole month wrapped up. And if you guys want a more thorough explanation of any of these transits, you guys can always go to my snip feed, book a reading with me. I'd love to go any more deep dive into your birth chart for the month or just a specific transit. Let me know, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope this helped you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.